Here we are then, welcome to another BFBS online video on a very cold but sunny December morning, and we're waiting for Andrew Freddie Flintoff, and he's late. Come on, get your brew, come on, let's get started. So it gives me a great pleasure then to be joined by one of the biggest cricket stars, certainly around, I reckon, played for Lancashire, he's captain and vice-captain for England. He's of course the legend that is Andrew Freddie Flintoff MBE. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
you look a bit bewildered now.
I keep forgetting about the MBE.
Do you? Do you ever use it?
I'm not sure what you do with it. It's like it's a nice medal. I've never worn it.
You've not worn it out anywhere?
No, I took it to my Auntie Jones. And my Auntie Jones, she's 92 now.
Yeah.
I went round the house and she had a picture of the MBE. I went back about 3 months later and she got this photograph out. She was dead excited and she says, "Oh, look at this picture." I said, "Oh, that's nice, Auntie John." I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's me with my MBE." And she said to me, "Have you got one?" She getting old, bless her.
So she was quite happy to see the MBE then,
yeah? Yeah, but she thinks it's hers.
Do you not get one for Christmas? Do you not maybe get one off eBay?
No, I've not got a connection with a palace. But it was amazing, really. You set off on a cricket career,
yeah, and
you're never quite sure what's going to happen, especially with mine.
You've had a lot going on, haven't you?
It was never boring. It was up and down.
Yeah.
Injuries, good times, bad times, plastic boats. There's a bit of everything.
A lot of injuries, though. I mean, I did wonder if that was like a first aid pocket in your pocket, if you're just pleased to see BFBS turning up or what. But I mean, you do. I mean, you do make my nan is very unwell, but you have made my nan look quite well over the years.
I've been injured since I was 14.
Yeah.
I had a bad back and I didn't bowl till my test debut.
Yeah.
And then I think I've had surgery 12 times since 2005. But having said that, you know, I've had a lot of injuries, but
you still did amazingly though. I
did alright.
Yeah.
But it was more of an effort to get on the field in the end.
Yeah.
And I think with the injuries as well, I didn't care who I was playing against, because it was harder to get out there. You know, if I was playing, it was an effort in itself, and if I was bowling at Sachin Tendulkar or Ricky Ponting, it didn't really matter. It was just the fact that I could do it.
Mm. How hard is it for you? Because you've had a pretty epic career throughout. You know, since you started. You know, the debut in the sort of late '90s. How hard is it for you to retire?
It was hard. Nothing prepares you for it. And I played my last game at 31. And even though I looked after myself, I thought...
You're like a David 21, you're like a David 21.
It's all the moisturisers. I thought I'd get to at least 34, 35. And it all happened pretty quickly, although, you know, probably everything was going against me.
Yeah. And
I still miss it now. But I've been lucky that I've had various opportunities to do other things.
Yeah, sure.
Like a lot of players finish a career with nothing to do. And I've had a lot of opportunities outside of cricket.
Yeah.
So I'm almost like learning new things now within TV and radio, and I'm enjoying it.
I was going to say, how's the radio show going?
I enjoyed the radio. I did a 5 Live show in the summer, just one night a week.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that we had that on BFBS Radio too?
Did you? I didn't know,
yeah.
I enjoy the radio because you don't have to get dressed up or anything. Nobody can see you.
Look a right mess. It's true, yeah. I'm not saying you look a mess, but I mean, you can look a mess if you want to.
Yeah, it was good, and I did one from Headley Court, which was probably my favourite one. Did it for the lads and the girls down there.
Yeah.
We had Ricky Hatton on, Phil Vickery, Lee Dixon, and someone else.
Somebody else really important.
But it was amazing. I enjoyed the live shows probably more than being sat in a studio at BBC Centre in the dungeon. But yeah, it was good. I think you learn more doing radio as well. Probably more technical.
I don't know if I've learned very much, but
no,
that's on reflection, not at all. So what would you have done if you hadn't been a cricketer?
I played cricket from a young age, and I was playing senior cricket at Lancashire at 15. So I never probably got to the point. I always thought I'd play cricket.
Yeah, you didn't go through a pilot stage and think, I want to be a pilot, I want to fly a plane.
No, my mum and dad one Christmas bought me lessons at Blackpool. Just one lesson, but I never did it. I shouldn't be trusted with a plane. But I worked at Woolworths behind the record counter. That was one of my jobs. Yeah. I left school at 16 and I was going to start getting paid for Lancashire the following spring. And my mum said, "You're not just staying at home doing that, you've got to get a job." So I got a job at Woolworths behind the record counter.
Oh, rest in peace, Woolies.
Yeah, that was probably one of the reasons it went under, nicking the pick and mix.
That's it, every 5 minutes just walk past a fried egg.
Yeah, it was brilliant, like white mice and all that. It was good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'd have done. He never really got to that.
Well, that's been at Woolies. Well, maybe
could have worked up the ranks, couldn't I?
You could have done, yeah.
Could have worked up to the cafe.
Manager now. You could have had a mobile phone and an iPad.
I've been employed and gone under.
Come and work for us. Come work for us. So, what for you has been the highlight of your career?
There's probably a couple, really. Obviously, people remember, and I remember 2005. But I remember when I was 9 and I played for Lancashire under-11s, and I got my first Lancashire cap. It was my schoolboy cap. It was slightly tarnished. I was presented it by Ronnie O'Reilly. But I got this cap. It was light blue and it had a little bud on the front of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it off for weeks. I just used to wear it in the house and wear it around. Yeah, it sounds a bit sad, but out of a career I've not kept many things. But I've kept that cap. I know where it is. Yeah. So that was one of the first things. And then moving on, probably the period from 2003 to 2006 where my career took off a little bit. Yeah. And I was probably playing for the best side in the world at the time. Was playing everyone and beating everyone. Definitely. So that period, yeah. Yeah, and of course 2009 as well, the old Australia thing going on there. Yeah, 2009 was different because it was going to be my last series. And where 2005 beating the Australians was great. We played the best team in the world and celebrated, and I was quite young. And 2009 was probably more a realisation that I'm not going to be playing much longer. And I didn't have the impact in the series as a player I'd have liked to have done because of my knee. But it was very different winning in 2009. Sat in the dressing room just reflecting. I had my kids with me as well in the dressing room, which was nice. But yeah, it was alright. It was alright. So come say another decade down the line or more, if we survive 2012, what would you like to be doing? Where would you like to be? Have you got any sort of ideas of what you want to be doing? I've never been a massive planner. Yeah. I've always pretty much taken, whatever comes. Each day comes, yeah. Yeah, and I've enjoyed living like that. I've got 3 kids and I want to be around more for them, spend time with them, watch them grow up. Yeah. And I'm enjoying doing the normal things, taking the kids to school and taking them to football on a Saturday. And professionally, I've done some stuff travelling recently, working with Discovery, travelling the world and experiencing different places, different cultures. Yeah. And I'm really enjoying that. I was going to say what the projects have you got ongoing at the minute, apart from obviously ripping it out of Bruce Forsyth in TV commercials. That's nice. Good game, not wrong with that. Game pie at Morrison's gone through the roof. Was it good to be on a little Ferris wheel with Bruce? It was a bit bizarre, really. You got Brucey staring at you. But I had to do the line, good game. I got a bit nervous. I thought, he's like royalty Bruce, isn't he? You can't take the mickey. It's true. I actually had to interview him last year ahead of the Help for Heroes concert. I don't remember that, and I did a phone interview with him, and I did it right. I left it right to the very end. My impression of Brucey, and he gave me 2 out of 10. Did he? Did his marking? He gave me 2 out of 10. Yeah. But I had to do another one. In case he didn't use good game, I had to go, it's my favourite, and it was like weird doing it in front of him. But he's a legend, though, isn't he? He's a lovely fellow as well. He turns up. Yeah. Proper pro at what he does. Yeah. In and out. Yeah, he's great. But yeah. I don't know, I'm doing some stuff with Discovery where I'm travelling around the world and got involved in wildlife. I have. No, I was never that fussed on it. I always the image you've just conjured though in my mind that you got involved in wildlife, I'm just thinking all sorts now. No, You bought some binoculars? Yeah, I went to Blackpool Zoo and it was... No, I always said like if you want to see wildlife, go to the zoo or the safari park. Yeah. And then I went to Botswana and I did this programme called Alone in the Wild, where I got dumped in the Okavango Delta on my own for a week, and I filmed elephants like 20 foot away, I had zebras walking past and there was lions around my tent. I actually loved it, and then got this appreciation of wildlife from nowhere. So now it's nice that, with cricket was one thing I enjoyed doing, and now I'm working in something else which I'm actually really enjoying and really passionate about again, and it's something I never expected. So I'm fortunate. If you're into your wildlife, you need to go to the Falkland Islands. Just have a little bit of time down penguins. There. Yeah, penguins, whales, all that kind of thing. Yeah, I've never seen a whale. I want to see a whale. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. It's like killer whales also. To be fair, I lived down there 6 months. Didn't see a whale. Did you? No, it's lots of penguins, but I think it's just because largely I'll say in the gym it was the bar. But so Falklands definitely if you're into wildlife for sure. No, it's good. But I know it's like come out of the blue. Yeah, lucky.
Now, look, of course, there's a lot of sort of Forces kids all around the Forces world who, you know, a bit aspiring cricketers wanting to take up cricket. Now, I did it. I don't know how. Somehow at junior school, I got onto the cricket team. Never played before in my life. And Mr. Boardley, angry man, came and went, Howarth bowl! I was like, right, okay. It was just the most rubbish bowl I've ever done. I think it's the only one I've ever done. I was hopeless. But what advice would you give to any sort of kids around the Forces world that are thinking about, you know, wanting to do it pro?
I don't know. The one thing is enjoy it. Because through a career for me, I never lost sight I was playing a game. And you can take it out of proportion if you want, but cricket is a game and it's to be enjoyed. And I tried to do that all the way through my career. It was only when I took it too seriously I struggled. So for me, it's just enjoy it. To any kid, there's no point playing if you don't want to. But if you do, just go with it. Have no fear of failure. Just go for it and have fun doing it. Yeah, definitely.
Finally, Freddie, what? Obviously, we're going out all over the Forces world. Do you have a message for the troops who are listening and obviously watching the video online? Anything you'd like to say to the guys that are around the Forces world? Obviously, a lot of people are away for Christmas and things like that. Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, obviously, have a great Christmas, but more important, have a safe one. I went out to Afghanistan a few years ago, and having been, had more of an appreciation of what goes on and how tough it can be over there. And you know, at Christmas there's going to be a lot of people thinking about them, away from home, away from the families, and we're very proud of what they're doing.
Would you go back?
Yeah, I'd love to go back. Yeah, I'd love to. I was on crutches at the time, and it's not the best place to have crutches because you've got these rubber mats, and my crutches were just big enough to fall down the rubber mats. And I got there the first night, having got on an aeroplane, given a bulletproof vest and helmet, and then landed, to me, which seemed on the moon. And the first night we were staying in a tent, and the toilets were about 200 yards away. And about 3 in the morning I was desperate, and I got up and I was looking around. I'm not very organised. I was trying to find a bottle or something to go in, and I couldn't, so I thought I'm going to have to go to the toilet. And I was on my crutches and I fell over 3 times on these poor soldiers. Oh, sorry mate, it's alright, Fred. So I felt guilty, but having been there and seeing them, it was a humbling experience for me, because it put what I do into perspective. You know, I play cricket for England, but it's throwing a ball and hitting it with a bat, whereas those guys put themselves in real harm's way for us and other people. And yeah, it was probably a life-changing experience going. So yeah, I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Fred, you're an absolute gem, and thank you so much for chatting to us. Have a great Christmas and New Year.
Cheers, thanks very much. Thanks for having us.